Hi, my name is Sean Letty, and I'm the Senior Designer here at AMG Creative. And today we're going to take a look at responsive web design. So you might be asking yourself, what is responsive web design? Well, simply put, responsive web design is the principle of applying design decisions using code to your website so that all of the content, graphics, and copy will display properly on any size device. And this is really important considering these days a lot of people are accessing websites on things other than a desktop computer, things like mobile cell phones and tablets. So we want to make sure that your website looks great on all of those things. So today we're going to take a look at a couple of websites, some that have had responsive design placed into them and some that have not been designed to be responsive, so you can see what the user experience looks like on either of those scenarios. And this is really important today because Google just came out with an announcement simply saying that they were changing their search algorithm to help websites that have mobile responsive design built into them come up higher in search rankings, especially for people who are searching for that content on a mobile device. So let's get started by taking a look at a website that doesn't have responsive design built in. As you can see, we have the Association for Dental Education in Europe pulled up. This is the About Us page. On the About Us page, there is a lot of text. Now, on a desktop computer, this text might display at a readable size, and it'd be pretty easy to navigate around, especially since I have a mouse to target what I'm looking for. Now, let's take a look at this same website on a mobile phone. As you can see, on the mobile phone, the text, because everything is just put right onto the screen, becomes very small and hard to read. The menu on the side is almost impossible to hit with a normal sized finger because it's so small on the screen. So for the user to access any content in a readable or accessible way, there's a lot of effort that goes on here. You have to resize the screen with your fingers, move it all around, really just makes for a very poor experience for the user. And this tends to be the experience with users who are accessing a website that has not been designed with those responsive properties we've been talking about in responsive code and design. So now let's take a look at another website. This is one of our clients here at AMG. This is Custom Milling Center, and their website is custom-milling.com. And we invite you to actually take a look at this website so you can play around with it yourself and see how it is responsive when you resize your browser window. So to start, you can see we have a normal website. We have their logo up here, a few menu items at the top, an advertising billboard area, and then a few callouts below that. And these callouts are all horizontal to each other because we have the space to do that. Now, if we start to shrink this window down, you'll notice a couple things happen, and this is where responsive design comes into play. First, take a look at the menu up top. As we run out of room, the menu turns into this little three-lined graphic here, what we like to call the hamburger menu. Basically, this is a one-touch button that has hidden all of our menu options so that they're now much more easily accessible to somebody on a mobile phone. Next, as we start to continue to shrink the screen size down, closer to tablet and or mobile size, you'll notice that not only does the text start to wrap and the icons become smaller, but eventually they'll become so small that it doesn't make sense to have them horizontal anymore, and they'll stack on top of each other. So now that I'm accessing this on a mobile phone, you'll see everything's very easy to read, the buttons are easy to click, and this makes it a much more enjoyable experience for the user. So let's take a look at this same site on an actual mobile phone. As you can see, the menu is conveniently placed right where my thumb might be if I'm holding my phone, so I can access that menu. We've used large typography to make it very easy to read on a mobile phone, and all of the content all the way down the page is properly displayed in a vertical fashion that caters to something that a mobile phone would have, the layout that a mobile phone would have. So you can see the website becomes much more accessible and much more easy to navigate and get around to when responsive design is in place, as opposed to a website like this where content is small, hard to access, and hard to read. So while you're looking and saying, what is my website doing for my lab or my business, think about how responsive design might be able to help your website function better for your users so they can get the information that they're looking for. We also invite you to visit our website, amgci.com, so you can see a portfolio of our work and you can contact us to help us make your website responsive and bring it up to today's standards.